Brightest blessings, everyone. Psychic medium Elizabeth Grove, the Paranormal Priestess. Welcome to the Paranormal Priestess YouTube channel, and thank you so much for being here. And if you are new to the channel, welcome. My name is Elizabeth. I am a medium, divine channeler, remote spirit extractor, white witch, and divine alchemist, and I also happen to be a divine twin flame on the path to reunion. Thank you so much, everyone who has subscribed to the channel. Thank you for connecting with me, and if you are new to the channel, maybe you'll think about connecting with me. I like that better, the word connection, than subscribe, as a matter of fact. This particular video is something that is just so important to understand for those of you who have been on spiritual journeys and have been doing the inner work and have been feeling very exhausted, perhaps struggling. I have been going through a lot on my spiritual journey, especially lately. Any spiritual journey, right, of course, it has its ups and downs. We go through a lot of different emotions and thoughts and a lot of different stages of understanding. This particular Mercury retrograde, if you're watching this in real time, it's been a challenge. It's been really pretty intense. I mean, usually they are, but I've been finding this one particularly a struggle for me, and lots of things coming up daily. But with all the struggles that I've been going through and things that I've had to really look at and feel again, which of course are not easy, I've come to this very important understanding, and I really feel it's right in time for really being capable of anchoring self-union. And we hear union all the time, right? Union. And for some, we've thought union was a destination. It's something that we get to the finish line, and here we are, we're in union, right? We're in union with ourselves, with God, Goddess, with our beloveds. Everything's great. We finally made it. Woo! Fist bump, right? But it's not like that. It's not like that. And the further we evolve on our journeys, the more we get to understand what works, what doesn't work, and what this all means in terms of the greater picture. So I want to talk about the inner work, and I want to talk about how we go about it, and some things that could perhaps help you to perceive it in a different light and to bring you more peace, because that's what we're looking to do, right? We are looking to create peace within ourselves. Peace, balance, harmony, all of these things bring a higher vibration. And we're looking to be within that higher vibration, to sustain that higher vibration as much as we can. We have to understand, though, that we're not perfect. And this is going to lead me right into this video of some of the things that we're doing on this journey, that we're all guilty of, that actually is the opposite of what we are trying to achieve. And since the union times are upon us, it's important for us to really get it, so that way we are successful with this, right? We're successful with feeling good really inside. And so let's talk about letting go. Let's talk about release, right? I need to release things. I need to release these really dark thoughts. I need to release this negativity. I need to release and let go of this pattern. I need to let go of these things that are bothering me. I need to let go of these emotions that I cannot feel anymore. They're so uncomfortable to feel. I just want to get it out. I just want to get it out. I just want to get it out so I can move forward. And what does that sound like? What does it sound like? But I just gotta get it out. I gotta release it. I have to let it go. Sounds like it's coming from a space of pushing it away and having a fight with it, doesn't it? And that's exactly what it is. As we go through the different stages of our journeys, we get to different levels, right? Levels of understanding, levels of vibration. Some of us, we don't really get that. The more, and I like I said, I'm on this journey with you guys, and I'm learning things all the time with you, and I have absolutely been guilty of trying to really get the job done, right? I'm a Capricorn, gotta get the job done and release and get these things out of my life, these uncomfortable feelings, these memories, these habits, and all of that. And I have to say, at this point, I'm understanding how much of resistance that actually is, and how much there is a running to that. And anytime there's resistance, anytime that there is running, there can't be union, right? And union truly is about that union with your own higher self and the union with source energy. When we talk about holding the space for our beloveds, if you have a beloved counterpart, twin flame, but we have to remember to hold the space for ourselves. And here's where things, tend to get a little confusing within the spiritual community. The resistances and wanting to let go and wanting to cut things off and wanting to release them so badly and wanting them out of your life, there's so much of an inner conflict there. There really is. And, we have to be able to understand that union with self really, and to have that freedom, that peace, that harmony, it really is about presence. It really is about grounded presence, really being within the body. We're here in a human experience, right? We have this physical body, and it's interesting, how when we're feeling these emotions, and we're not feeling that we can get through the day, and we're having a very hard time, we're struggling, that we don't want to be with it. We don't want to have to just allow those feelings, just allow those thoughts, be grounded in that experience, be present within that experience. And that's the very thing that we need. That's the unity right there. And, there's so much talk about letting go and releasing, and I have talked about it as well. And at this point, I'm really understanding, and I want the collective to understand that our imperfections and the things that we don't like, the things that we don't like to feel, we need to be able to hold the space for those things as well. And it's so much about holding the space for those things and allowing those things to express themselves. So whatever those dark thoughts may be, whatever those negative thoughts may be, whatever those feelings are that are dark, those shadows, the only way of truly having freedom is with unconditional love, right? So we need to be able to hold the space for everything within our experience, including those negative thoughts, including the things that we perceive are flaws, imperfections. We need to hold space for that, because if we're not holding space for that and allowing those things and just bringing in the acknowledgement and the love there, if we can't do that and accept that these are the thoughts that I'm thinking, okay, let me just allow those thoughts and just be the observer of them instead of pushing them away and try to fight and fend them off. If we can't feel our emotions and we're trying to not feel it or push it down or repress it, which many people have done, right? So many people repress and push down their feelings. If we can't do that, how are we able to hold the space for a beloved? How are we able to allow a journey of the beloveds? How are we able to surrender? How are we able to do that? We can't. We have to be able to do these things for ourselves, to just allow and acknowledge, to let be, right? So if we can't do it for ourselves and we can't let those emotions and those thoughts be there, and if we can't just be with them and bring that into just peace with it. I know it doesn't feel peaceful, but what I'm trying to say is if we can't allow it and just allow with love, if we can't come with unconditional love, if we can't be the love with all of these things, all the shadow side of ourselves as well, then how would we be able to, number one, have that freedom as a being, okay? Have that neutrality in this path, which is going to be really helpful. How can we just be? And how can we accept everything about ourselves? How could we do that with somebody else? How could we accept somebody else? How could we just allow them? It's really important to understand this. And, we don't think about it as that we're running from ourselves, that I'm working on myself. I'm doing the inner work. I'm spiritually doing the inner work. This is what I'm supposed to do. And these traumas I don't want there, and I'm supposed to clear them, and I'm supposed to let them go, and I'm supposed to, release them, and I've been doing that, and I'm still trying to do it, and it's not working, and I need to do something else that works, and what do? I have to get it out. And when we're coming from that space, we really do become the runner. We really do become the runner, and, and we were in that resistance, and when we're in that resistance, these things are going to speak that much louder, because those negative thoughts, those negative emotions, they're really looking for that acknowledgement. It's like looking to be heard, looking to be felt, looking to be acknowledged. To allow yourself to feel, bad, allow yourself to have these negative thoughts when they come up, without trying to fight and have an inner conflict within yourself. That's the human spiritual experience. Being grounded in that experience. And allowing love to really dissolve. So if those negative thoughts or those negative emotions need to come back, if they need to be acknowledged again, if there's something there, the thing is to allow it, be with it, feel your emotions. Those thoughts are coming up, be an observer of those thoughts, rather than getting into the judgment of those thoughts, judging yourself, and then having that inner conflict again, and fighting yourself is running away, right? It's all resistance. But to be grounded and allowing things to be, allowing yourself to be, and bringing that love, that's what's going to help. So if those thoughts and emotions come back, let them come back. Allow that love to be there. Allow that love to be there. And if they're meant to release at a certain time, right? Dissolve with that love at a certain stage, then they will. If not, it's for you to stay with it, stay present with it, without getting into that fight with it. So this is the realization that I have been having, and of course, none of these things are easy, but we want to think in terms of just allowing. I know I keep saying that word allowing, and I hope that really penetrates, because that's really what it is. But to be able to be with ourselves and be with imperfections, and know this is all a part of the learning, and it's all a part of the expansion. It's all part of the true spiritual freedom, the freedom to be. That's when we are really beginning to step into union, when we've achieved the freedom to just be, rather than I must do in order to become this spiritually enlightened being who is in union with my beloved, and we've gotten there, and it's the destination, and that's the prize. And we have to understand, even with the beloved, with the counterparts, that there's always going to be things that come up. There'll be emotions that come up. There'll be thoughts that come up. Nothing's going to be perfect with the beloved, even if it is on your path to have that relationship with them in that romantic sense. But can you and your beloved be very honest with your own selves and then honest with each other. Can you hold the space for yourself and hold the space for these feelings to coexist, these shadows to coexist, these thoughts to coexist, and not run from it? And your beloved, them doing that, and then you both being able to hold the space for each other. That's where you're operating from unconditional love, right? Unconditional, without conditions, without judgment, right? It's a hard thing for us to feel emotions that we don't want to feel and thoughts that we don't want to think, and to have to confront our dark sides, our shadow sides. It's not fun. But we also have to remember that it's a very real part of human nature. It's a part of the human experience, and to try to cut that off is resisting the whole human nature, right? And that's not unity at all, is it? So we have to think about how we go about doing the spiritual work and what that means to us and how we're perceiving it and how we're treating it, how we're treating ourselves. Because if we're only getting more and more exhausted and we're finding ourselves, I just don't want to do this anymore and I can't do this journey anymore, then it's now to my understanding that there's just resistance there. We're running from things. We're running from the shadows. We're running from the uncomfortability. And we're not allowing, and we're not being present with, and we're not allowing ourselves to hold space for those things, and we're not coming at it from unconditional love. So if you who are watching this right now, if you're still coming from that school of thought of, I need to let go, I need to get this out and release this out, where you need to do this, right? I have to do it now. I have to get it out. I just can't feel it anymore. You might want to work on just grounding, just grounding yourself. I don't even want to say just work on it, but you might want to kind of just let everything just be and just get yourself into this meditation where you are connecting with your body, your breath, maybe sitting on the floor, and just tuning into your body and being within your body and not trying to do anything, but just allowing yourself, just allowing what is. And that's where so much of the pieces, that's where so much of Eckhart Tolle's work has come in, talking about that, the power of now. And within the power of now lies union. Some things to think about here. Within the power of now, within your now experience, see, whatever it is though, lies union. So if within the now you are feeling sad, within the now, if you are feeling just angry, or if you're feeling resentful in any way, feel it, allow for it with unconditional love and without judgment. Allow for it. Allow it to express itself to you, and you, like that gentle mother, nurture it, embrace it. What does it have to say or show to you? What is it? What are the messages there that it wishes to convey, to have you feel, right? And when those things that we're always trying to release or let go of, when they're ready to dissolve with unconditional love, because you've allowed them to, then they will. If those layers need to return because there's more to convey to you, there's more for you to be with, to experience, then it does. I hope that, this gives some people some things to really, to think about with our true spiritual freedom and unity. And I know that, the human nature and the things that have been placed upon humans within society has been very toxic, right? Um, we oftentimes get messages that we need to be more perfect, that we need to fix things, that we need to show ourselves out in public or society or to family and friends in a certain light, right? We always have to give this illusionary, you know, um, give this illusionary kind of thing that we have everything under control. Some of us, have gone through that. Many of us have, because there's just been so much of those toxic messages that we have to be a certain way, we have to present ourselves a certain way. Um, and the thing about control that's important, I'm glad that, I'm talking about control. That's in resistance to union as well, trying to control, right? Our ability to control. But even our spiritual work, even our inner work where we're trying to control, doesn't help. It doesn't help at all, right? So when we're surrendering, when we say, okay, I'm really being guided to surrender to the path, we have to understand what that actually means. So to let go of control, yes, to not try to control, to just let things be, to allow them to be. And this also means not even just in the sense of, okay, I don't really want to know what my beloved's doing or my counterpart's doing and where we're going with things. Yeah, that's there. That's a good part of it. But it's also for us to not try to attempt to control ourselves, right? Because we are here to have that inner union, that inner harmony, that inner balance. So we don't want to control, even if things are not feeling the way we want them to, and we're having a really rough day, maybe a rough week, or even a rough month. We want to let go of the control reins. And that's where we can, peace finally has a chance, right? That's when we will feel a lot more comfortable in our physical body and more comfortable in our day-to-day physical experience, which is what a lot of star seeds often have trouble with, is feeling comfortable within the human experience and on Earth, right? But it all comes down to being able to be present and to be allowing and being grounded, being within the body, feeling what's going on, staying with it. Staying very, very with it, being in the now, the power of now. So that's pretty much all I wanted to say on this. And let me know, if this is something that you have realized now on your journey about letting go and releasing, and how this is resistance and inner conflict, and it certainly doesn't bring self-union or any union, of course, in the outer world too, because we have to achieve that union first within. Let me know if this is something that you've come across as you have been doing your own healing work. I'd love to hear. You could leave your comments below. Okay, and as always, I am here if anyone is guided. I do personal readings. These personal readings are medium session channeling sessions with your higher team of light, the archangels, no cards being used, straight direct communication, conversation. If you are needing some help with that inner work, if you're not sure what your life purpose is, if you would like to understand, have clarification as to what's going on with your beloved journey or your twin flame journey, I am here, theparanormalpriestess.com. I also offer light language healing sessions, and those are fantastic to be able to shift energy, help to activate, bring you to that higher understanding of things. Really has been quite amazing with my own work. And of course, I'm here for the remote spirit extractions. I'm just not doing it during the Mercury retrograde period, but I will be back doing that as we get into early March. And so if anyone really needs help with psychic attacks and any attachments or things that they feel that they may have in their space that's interfering, please, contact me. With all my services, contact me, theparanormalpriestess.com, my contact page, and I will check in and see if I'm guided to work with you. Okay? Thank you so much. Hold on to yourselves. Don't give up. Please, whatever you do, don't give up. Nobody is perfect. Okay? We are all here to have, this school is here, right? Earth. We're here having learning experiences, and the goal is not perfection. The goal is to really integrate everything that we've learned, integrate the shadow, and to love unconditionally our imperfections. So please remember that. And also remember, from the heart of the darkness is born the light. Brightest blessings to all of you, and I will see you next week. Take good care. Bye-bye.